Okay, so we're walking up to the front door, and some of our rain gutters discharge water out onto the ground, and it should take it several feet away from the house. So this rain gutter is really not accomplishing that. Now this rain gutter it's going below grade, and it has a pop-up over here. We've got double pane vinyl frame windows, and none of our window screens have been installed yet. And also I noticed that numerous windows need to be caulked. Coming along here, the home faces south, so on the west and the east sides of the porch, for that matter, the soil's too high. It's got wood mulch in it. I get it, everybody likes wood mulch, it's very attractive. Got some at my house. Where do termites live? In the ground. What do they eat? Dead wood. What's wood mulch? Dead wood on the ground next to your house. That's called a clue. That's called a clue. It's probably not the smartest use of wood mulch, is put it next to your house like this. Just saying. Okay, now some of these windows, I haven't seen it yet, okay, so, and I already talked about them needing to be sealed. Now, the rain gutter butt ends are not supposed to discharge, they're not supposed to terminate. The butt ends are not supposed to be closer than 2 inches to the brickwork, the siding. And then after that, you're supposed to have kick-out flashing, which you do. Now, the rain gutter is not supposed to discharge directly onto the shingles. It's going to cause them to wear out prematurely. But the answer to that would put an extension down into the rain gutter, and it's going to be unsightly. It also should be noted that roof coverings in North Texas last about 14 years, so you're probably not going to lose a lot of utility because this has been done improperly. I'm not apologizing for my work. I'm not discounting my work. I'm just being practical about this. Okay? With the rain gutter butt ends, when the butt ends are so close, if the water comes past the splash guard, it's going to roll down your wall. And coming along here, on our front door threshold plate, it needs some caulk. You see the holes in the brickwork right there between the plate and the brickwork? That's going to allow moisture inside of there. It's going to rot out the wood in the wall system, but around your door, your fenestration. Our deadbolts aren't in. Everybody knows that the doors are not stained yet. Everybody knows the posts and the details are not stained yet. Everybody gets that. Okay, now see those cracks across there? I don't know if this camera's going to, the exposure is going to do that, but I can come over here. Okay, that's just a little feathering. But this crack right here, alright, see these types of cracks? And that went up there, by the way. Okay, this type of crack, it's called checking. That's what cedar does. That's a natural characteristic of the product. It doesn't lose any strength because of that. At some point, it might become an aesthetic issue. And then I saw one builder, and he came in after I called out some excessive checking, and he filled it. And I came back, and because I was asked to, and I came back for the 1 year, and I couldn't say anything about it. I mean, I called out the checking, he filled the checking. That was the answer for the day. So, coming on along, our posts need to be stained. We get that. Our windows need. Well, that one looks pretty good. Now, brick is a wonderful product. Okay. This house can burn down and you can still use the brick. Okay, pretty durable. If you don't paint it, it's maintenance free. Okay, it's a great insulator, including sound, but out here in the country, but it's a great insulator, so that's good for energy. But brick is porous. If it rains, if your lawn sprinkler system beats the walls, if it rains on the walls, water goes right through that brick. You wouldn't believe it, but it does. And that's why we have weep holes around the foundation perimeter. Now most of the time, because we have a drainage plane behind the brick, that's the design. Architecture is regional. We want to build with brick, we want the insulation properties, yet we do want ventilation between the brick and the real wall. And most of the time, only vapor is going to come out of there. You won't see a thing. On occasion, if you have an event, I've seen a couple, I hope you don't, but should you have an event, you know, you will see water come out of it. There's a reason why they called them weep holes. Now, when we come around here on our fenestrations, that's like French for hole in your wall, but our doors and our windows fenestrations, you'll see that we've got these metal plates underneath here. This one should have been painted. That one should have been painted like this one was painted to protect them from rusting. This one should have been painted. When you have a lintel over a fenestration like this, we have disrupted the drainage plane behind the walls. And because of that, now we should have these weep holes should also be above the doors and the windows, as long as it's a straight window. If we have an arced window around here somewhere, it's a different scenario. But anytime you have a straight window like that, then we should have weep holes. Moving on along, we got more high soil, you know, termites, that kind of thing. Missing window screens, vinyl. Here we go. Now these windows, they're designed to shed water. Everything is like to take water out. We want to protect the house, we want to protect the walls. And so we have these weeps right in here. See those weeps? Okay, and if you look at the trough, you'll see everything is designed to take water. See the edge right there? Everything is designed to take water out, including water that's inside. So we have these weeps. These weeps are supposed to have weirs. See that little trap door in there? Supposedly that keeps bugs out. Good luck. But when you have windows that have, by design, weeps installed in them, they should have weirs installed in them, because if the wind is just right, maybe we get to hear some today, but the house will play like a flute. Those are holes, wind, channels. It will play like a flute. Now, that's usually, a lot of times that's considered de minimis. You know, a lot of home inspectors won't even bring that up. I get that. It's not worth the conversation. I get that. You can buy a whole bag of them for $15, and you have plenty left over for the next house and the next house and the next house. But, you know, they're supposed to come with the windows. The windows did come with them. They do serve a purpose. That is a deficiency. Again, the rain gutter is on the roof covering. Now, looking over here, if we look at the fireplace chimney chase, see how close it is? See how close it is to the roof covering? Alright, there's supposed to be like a 2-inch gap. A 2-inch gap there. And sometimes that can be unsightly, especially when it's over the front door. But see how the siding on this gable detail right here, see how it's coming down? Okay, it's just a little tight. And what happens when it comes down like that is you're not going to notice anything for a little while. But in a few years, it's going to start looking rough. And about the time you sell the house, the next home inspector is going to come out here and say, well, we got rotten wood all over here, and we got rotten wood all over here, and people are going to be talking about replacing the wood, and you know, then the discussion is going to be quite different. It's going to be different this time. So this siding is too close to the roof covering. It can allow water to wick up off of the roof covering. Now this rain gutter butt end is too close to the end. Remember that? Because I was talking about the other side of the porch, about these rain gutters, and the butt end's too close. Remember I was calling that to everybody's attention? Just running my mouth. Okay. Well, this one's a little different. And I don't mean that it's better. I don't mean that it's better. We do not have the kick-out flashing like we do over there. We do not have kick-out flashing. So the water will come down, hit this rain gutter over full, it's going to run down the wall, make these stains and stuff. We got a little bit of mortar movement right in here. It was drying. Okay, that's minor, that's de minimis. Okay, and somebody over here, they caught our attention because our soffit vent is kind of chiseled out right there. So that'll make the report too. And you know, I mean, that's pretty much typical. You're not going to lose any energy when it's that small. You're going to, yes, water does go through, but no more water is going to go through than would normally. Again, I would never dissuade my client from seeking perfection. Never dissuade my client from wanting to have that sealed. But you know, that's in the grand scheme of things. Now we are out beyond code. So the builder said that his tradespeople are supposedly building to code. I get that. So the thing is, if a retaining wall is higher than 4 feet, then it should have required a permit, but there are no permits out here. So we have a retaining wall here that normally would have required a permit. Now all I know is that, one, it can affect the house because it's closer to the house than twice its height. In fact, it's closer to the house than its height. So this retaining wall serves a purpose in regard to the foundation. And if this retaining wall were to fail, it needs to be repaired. It's not something that you're going to want to ignore, because this has a potential to be, you know, as long as it's performing, then we're good there. But one thing I can't tell, I mean, today it's fine. Today it's straight. Today. It's all fine like that. All right. But I don't know if there were any. I don't know if there was any geogrid or dead men or what kind of backfill that they used or was used for this retaining wall. I just don't. Kind of interesting. You probably want to seal that up. I don't know what's in there. Maybe I shouldn't be looking. My gutter's a little close. Moving on along. Rain gutter's a little close. Now, I was talking earlier. I was speaking about checking being normal. I was talking about, see, you got weirs inside of there. Okay, like you're supposed to. Our screens needs to be sealed. Don't have the weep holes over and over and over again. But when you have a post like this, the front posts are up on brick columns. But when the post comes down to the surface of the patio like this, at that point, you're required to have a metal stand underneath it to bring it up that high. As it is with the wood like this, moisture is going to wick up off of the surface of the concrete into the wood and cause it to rot prematurely. Moving on along. We're going to do this because I said that there wasn't a stopper out here. Okay. We do not have any escutcheon plates on the water supply lines and the drain lines. And escutcheon plates are those little metal plates that go around the pipe. Sometimes they're plastic, but there's the little discs that go around the piping, and that's used. It's for fire blocking. Got a word from our sponsor. Yes, we do. A word from our sponsor. There we go. Okay. So we should have hot water underneath here. I'm not feeling it yet. It's a little better. Okay, here it comes. Hot water. We're just missing some escutcheon plates. we post what we're supposed to have. We'll do the electrical separately because I don't have my tool in my pocket. But we'll do all that. The 2 garage pedestrian interior doors, exterior doors, and this exterior door, okay, and they're missing their weather stripping. And I think everybody, judging from the blue tape, I think everybody's aware of that. Coming on along. Oh, here we go. Bear with me, we're almost done. See the fireplace chimney? If you'll look up there, you're going to see a little hood. That is your combustible air supply. Your fireplace is down here. That's where it's supposed to be drawing its combustible air from. That is a code violation, okay? You're not supposed to draw your combustible air from a place higher than your chimney. Now, some manufacturers, what supersedes code? The manufacturer's installation instructions. So if the manufacturer, the fireplace manufacturer says that that's an acceptable application, nobody can argue with it. Nobody can argue with it. I don't know. I know that it doesn't meet code. I know that much. Coming on along. Because we're coming alongers. Now right here on this side of the house, builders get grading. But a lot of times they have a hard time with drainage, and it looks to me like they've been working on it right in here. And if I would have been thinking ahead, I would have brought my stick out here. When we do the condensing unit inspection video, we will also do the drainage video, and we'll see how level this is. But obviously they're addressing this, and it doesn't look to me like they're addressing it. So I'm coming on along here. This is the west side of the house. This is the primary bedroom suite, primary bedroom suite bathroom, primary bedroom suite bathroom window on the west wall that should have been sealed, and we got some stair-step cracks through the brick and mortar right here. We've had a little bit of movement. It kind of emphasizes how important grading and drainage can be. We sure do. Moving on along. You probably wouldn't have had that problem. This is called a control joint. Some people call them expansion joints. Call them what you will. Alright? Call them what you will. But if you would have had a control joint over here as well, because this is a nice long wall. This is a nice long wall. You could have done with more than one control joint. Obviously. Well, got another call. I am popular. My sponsor keeps calling me. How about that? Coming along here. And we're going to revisit this drainage here in a video or two. A tree shouldn't be placed. This house is placed next to this tree. So maybe I should say a house shouldn't be placed closer than 25 feet to a tree. But a tree shouldn't be placed closer than 25 feet to a house to allow for root development. Okay? Where these branches go and where they went, the roots are kind of like a mirror underneath there. You need to allow room for expansion, for growth for the roots. The roots suck the moisture out of the ground underneath the house. Okay? Then, and then the leaves, when they do grow, if you're not continuously cutting them back like you should, then the branches are going to hurt the roof as well. I'm up here, all of our vents have screens on them, and usually that's a good thing. Usually that's a good thing. But what am I looking inside of here? This is the laundry. So, and this control joint's even doing its job. Look, see, it's got that little spot on there. So, our laundry should have a louvered vent without a screen. Is that our... I believe that is the laundry vent right there on the side of the house. And I said louvered, and that's louvered. That's wrong. I was wrong. Okay? When I mean, it should have a flap. It should have a baffled vent without a screen, without louvers, with all that. That's going to clog with lint. That's the wrong kind of clothes dryer vent. That's not approved. Coming on along. Remember I was talking about the tree being too close? You can see the walkway. It's kind of buckling right there. You can see it. Exterior light fixtures, they should be sealed. Bear with me, we're almost done. Of course, we do not have our weeks. We have some high soil over here again. We got some more high soil. Moving on along. Our exterior light fixtures should be sealed. Again, our lintels should be painted. And above our lintels, and of course this is supposed to be stained, everybody's good with that. But above our lintels, we should have weep holes. And this horizontal car entry door casement should be a couple inches off the ground. A lot of builders handle this by cutting a 45-degree right there. Now this one's pretty much okay. It's not going to wick a lot of water off of the sidewalk, off the driveway. This one's a little close, and the slag here is kind of making a dam for it. You don't think water's going to sit in there and rot that? I do. It should be sealed. I think water's going to sit in there and rot that. Alright. We're back to where we started. We talked about our rain gutters on the roof. We talked about our rain gutters too close. We talked about missing kick-out flashing. You got a tale of caution about the retaining wall.